Hello and welcome to Q&A with CNA. I'm Kyle Schwartz, and I have a returning guest today from CNA, and it's Dr. Seandra Walker. Welcome back to the program. It's been about a year.
Yes.
But it's good to have you back.
Thank you so much.
Remind us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from originally and how long you've been with CNA and that type of thing.
So my name is Seandra Walker. I'm a clinical psychologist at CNA. I'm originally from Aurora, Colorado, and I went to graduate school in Louisiana at Louisiana State University.
So you've been kind of all over.
All over the place, yeah.
Yep. Now you're back in Ohio. How long have you been with CNA?
Since 2016, I came to CNA as an intern and then stayed as a postdoctoral fellow. And then once I was licensed as a clinical psychologist, I took over the cyber program.
Right, so let's talk about that, because most people don't really know what cyber stands for, SBIR.
Yes.
So what does that acronym stand for?
Cyber stands for Sexually Inappropriate Behavior Remediation. It's a mouthful. So it's for children who have, and teenagers who have engaged in inappropriate sexual behavior or offending behavior.
Okay, and so what are some of the various ways that they might be inappropriate?
It's a whole spectrum.
Range, yeah.
Yes, it can happen directly, so physically engaging in sexually offending behavior. It could also happen online.
I'm sure that's a big way, social media. Yeah,
it's becoming much more prevalent.
Right. Okay, how many staff members work directly with you?
It's myself and 2 other staff members.
Okay.
Running the program.
All right. On your website, you had a blog post about sextortion. What is sextortion?
So sextortion, excuse me, is a type of exploitive behavior where somebody online coerces a child or a teenager into sending sexually inappropriate material, so videos or photos. And then once that perpetrator receives those videos, they threaten or coerce the child into sending more or sending money. And then if they don't comply, they threaten to send those photos or videos to the child's family, friends, the school, social media. It's becoming unfortunately, a lot more popular.
So if a parent realizes that this is going on, what should they do immediately?
Contact law enforcement immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do clients need to be referred to your program, or can a parent, if they think the child has a problem with this, directly call you, or the services? Yeah,
so most of our referrals do come from the courts or the child advocacy center, schools, mental health agencies, but parents can absolutely call us if they think that their child is engaging in inappropriate behavior and set up their own referral.
Okay. All right. Well, sexting has become a normal part of what the teenagers, see and do, and they believe that everybody's doing this. But can you explain for the short term and long term what are the consequences of this type of behavior?
There is a slew of consequences. There's a lot of mental health consequences, so anxiety, depression, shame, and embarrassment. But we're also starting to notice that, we as adults, we know that photos and videos that are posted on the internet never go away.
Never go away, yeah.
So a lot of colleges are revoking scholarships for some kids who have posted these photos. Some teenagers and adults aren't getting hired at jobs because these photos are out there. So there's consequences that teenagers aren't considering that can affect their entire lives.
Okay. So when you're working with a client, what are some of the things that they learn that you work with them?
So in our healthy sexuality group, we talk about safe online behaviors, healthy, unhealthy relationships, sex education beyond what is taught in most schools, and ways to avoid getting themselves into situations where maybe they might be exploited online.
Okay, so you work with them in both group and individual settings. How does that work?
Yes, so healthy sexuality, that's done in a group setting, and that's more psychoeducation and teaching. Our full treatment cyber program, that's for children who have sexually offended or have been adjudicated for a sexual offense. That includes individual and group therapy. And so group therapy is more of the skill building and psychoeducation, but then the individual therapy is more of addressing their offending behavior and other mental health concerns.
Okay, but it's probably, I would think, good for the kids to be in the group settings as well, to feel that they're not alone.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, so when they complete the session, what tools do you give them to take along to when they're out there without talking with you each week, without the group each week?
Education.
Yeah.
A lot of kids, before they come into our program, they're curious. They want to know more about sex and relationships, and they're finding that information online or from friends, and most of that information is inaccurate. So we're giving them the tools and education to make healthy decisions that aren't going to negatively impact them in the future.
Okay. What's your best advice for parents?
Talk to your kids. So many parents don't want to talk about this stuff because it's uncomfortable, and they think if we don't talk about it, it's not happening. It's happening, whether they talk about it or not. So might as well keep an open door, open communication with your kids. And if your kids are experiencing mental health concerns related to some of this stuff, like sextortion, call us. Call a therapist.
Yeah, how do they get in touch with you? And we'll put the number on the screen and the website. But
they can contact us through the Belden office phone number, or they can go online to learn more about our program at www.childandadolescent.org.
Okay. All right. What is the best part of your job? What do you like most about your job? It's got to be very challenging.
It is very challenging. I love working with the kids that we receive. Through the courts, through referrals, through the schools, and through parents. It's very fulfilling and rewarding, and I like collaborating as well with other agencies.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Walker, for being back with us today.
Thank you so much.
And we appreciate what you're doing in our community. And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Q&A with CNA. I'm Kyle Schwartz.